All right, we're back for November. I'm joined today by Tom Storey. Tom is actually one of the top agents in the Toronto marketplace. He's here on vacation, so I thought I'd bring him in and help us go over our numbers. So let's get right to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having me. I think, looking at the numbers for your board and the area that we sell here, it's not that different from Toronto in terms of what we're seeing and a little bit of shift in the market.
Very similar marketplace.
Very, very similar. And I think we'll start it off by looking at the detached prices and kind of figuring out what's going on in that price point.
The detached and Surrey combined benchmark price is actually flat. It's flat month over month, and it's also flat year over year. What I did notice in today's numbers that just came out is we are seeing about a 4% slide back in average price. I think that's determining where we're going.
Yeah, absolutely. And then when you jump into the townhouse market, your benchmark price is $583,000. Now, month over month, that's about a 2% dip. But if you look year over year, you're still up about 6% for your average townhouse.
In condos, we've slipped back to just over 450. We were over 460 just a couple months ago. So again, you're seeing about 1.5% coming back in price. However, again, I looked at that average number month over month, and we're 7.7% down, showing a slide all the way across the board. Why is that happening? I think it's happening due largely to interest rates and the affordability factors that we've seen over the last little bit. Now, you're from Toronto.
Yep.
And you have probably the most similar marketplace to we do here in the Lower Mainland.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what would your advice be to those people that say, hey, that is unaffordable to get into a townhouse or possibly into a detached house?
Yep.
How do I get into the market?
Well, I would say the main thing is, how are you going to climb up that property ladder? And if the Bank of Canada has their way, the overnight rate is going to go up probably another 2 times in the next 6 months.
They're forecasting
right?
Another couple times next year.
So it's going to be more expensive to borrow money, and with the stress test, you're getting approved for less. So it's harder to jump into the market than it's ever been, at least in the last 5 years. So what I look at is, if you want to get to that dream home, a lot of people will kind of sit on the sidelines, you'll save up and try to have all that money just to get in.
And you're looking at $1 million in our marketplace.
Absolutely.
Not doable for the first time buyer.
You need $200,000 to put down. Saving at that pace is really just kind of unrealistic. So what I've looked at and what I've helped a lot of people in my market do is you get into the lower end property, you get into the condominium.
Okay.
And the condos are the most in demand because of the price point.
Yeah.
Even though we've seen a bit of a dip, they're year over year way above every other asset class in this market.
Sure.
So you get in, you build appreciation, you build equity, and then over time, when it makes sense, you jump up to that townhouse, and then you jump up to that detached property. When you can, you got to move up the property ladder because you're leveraging the bank's money as well.
So what you're saying is you cannot save as fast as the appreciation happens.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so there's something you got to think about. Everybody's saying, well, the market is down a little bit, and yes, that's maybe true, but it's a long-term game. So you do have to consider, how am I going to get to that townhouse or detached? And the best way might be get into what you can get into now, and that's affordable, and then make the step down the road. Thanks, Tom, for joining us. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We will catch you next month. All right, we're back for November. This month we have a special guest star, Michael Bublé.